Taking time with us this morning, of course, heat has been a major concern, and I know some of you like the heat, but for others, it has been a lot. Now, the extreme heat did peak just yesterday, breaking more than a dozen records all across the east, from North Carolina clear over to Maine. But the good news is we've got some cooling coming in for the Northeast, and that begins tomorrow. So again, that heat did peak yesterday. Live shots for you right now from Louisville, Kentucky, Ocean City, New Jersey. Boy, that's a great shot there, right? It feels like 85 along portions of the shore in Jersey, and over to Kentucky, feeling closer to like 88 degrees or so. So as you know, this has been a major concern. We've hit some records, several of them, many of them that have stood for centuries, and we did it again just yesterday. Concord, New Hampshire hit 100 degrees. Their old record goes back to the 1870s. In fact, every record on the map except one for Worcester, Mass. goes back to the 1800s. Worcester beating a record that stood since 1914. How about New York beating a record just 1 degree shy of 100 degrees up to 99, the old record of 96. Trenton, New Jersey, also 99, a new record for you. Now, as we go through today, likely to see more in the way of these storms yet again, or rather heat producing more of these records today. Here's what we've got. Look at all of the numbers on there. It has been oppressive. And again, with it peaking yesterday, we've had several days of this, and our bodies didn't have a lot of time to adjust, right? We were dealing with cooler weather, some rain up to the weekends, and then boom, we flipped the switch, and here's what we got. You're looking at the temperatures right now from New York at 84, live shot to your left side of the screen. Washington, D.C., sitting with some very warm temperatures as well. Those are the air temperatures. You factor in the humidity, feeling warmer than that. We do have extreme heat warnings that continue across the mid-Atlantic, down through portions of right into North Carolina, really. This is the highest level of threat when it comes to heat. And remember, heat is the #1 killer when it comes to weather-related illnesses, and it's dangerous. When you think about the lack of cooling for some of you, or maybe the elderly, the kids, the pets, it adds up. For the past 6 hours, big dome of high pressure is still in place. We have a lot of moisture to contend with, and a lot of that moisture is going to be tapped into later on for some storms. But look at the dew points right now. Pittsburgh at 70. 73 in Atlanta. That's just soupy air you can wear, right? When you factor in the temperature and the amount of humidity in the atmosphere, it feels more like 86 degrees right now in New York City, Norfolk at 90. You are feeling warmer in Norfolk than you are in Jackson, Mississippi, feeling like 75 degrees there. It's a story that continues today, and take a look at some of these records, potential records for the day today. We're looking at Philadelphia at 98 degrees. You've been dealing with rounds and rounds of heat there. Raleigh at 96 and Atlanta at 96 as well. So this will be a concern, especially during the afternoon when we get to the peak daytime heating. We look at the extreme risk for the day today. This is the highest level. Notice the purple that extends all the way from the mid-Atlantic clear back into portions of the Ohio River Valley. This takes us into the day today. And as we look at the forecast today, we're dealing with those 90s. Again, the humidity is going to be a major player for us. When do we start to get a break? Well, it starts to break down a little bit more, and then come Friday and Saturday, things change a little bit and feeling a little bit better for summertime.